He wanted to be remembered as the man who lived by ancestral principles. Instead, he's fighting to be remembered at all. This is the story of the Liver King, an empire built on a lie and a man whose every attempt to rebuild has only made the spectacle worse. We'll use his own footage to show how a steroid scandal was just the beginning, leading to an arrest tied to threats against Joe Rogan, a disastrous Netflix documentary, and bizarre stunts that left everyone asking the same question: are we watching a performance or a public breakdown? The fallout from the steroid scandal should have been the end. But for Brian Johnson, the man behind the Liver King persona, it was just the beginning of a new, more desperate chapter. The first sign that this was no ordinary downfall came not on social media, but in handcuffs. It wasn't just an arrest in Austin, it was the circumstances behind it that shocked even his harshest critics. The incident stemmed from alleged threats directed at Joe Rogan and his family, a line that crossed far beyond online theatrics. For a figure who sold himself as the epitome of primal discipline, the image of him being taken into custody was a glaring contradiction. But it was his reaction that set the stage for everything to come. Hours after being released, instead of lying low, he took to social media and announced a get-out-of-jail party.
I don't know if you heard, it's my get-out-of-jail party today.
To him, the arrest wasn't a moment of humility. It was a piece of content. He even bragged about the consequences, revealing that firearms were confiscated and that he was forced to wear an ankle bracelet. He wore these legal restrictions not as a warning, but as a badge of honor, proof that he was still the unbreakable warrior. Each misstep wasn't something to recover from, it was repurposed into a live stream, a joke, or a defiant rant. This episode in Austin wasn't a stumble, it was a pivot. It blurred the line between his brand and his personal behavior, and it showed the world that he was willing to lean directly into the chaos. What came next revealed just how deep that chaos ran. After the arrest, the spotlight shifted from the courtroom to his social media feed, and that's where the circus truly began. The man who once preached about ancient health was now broadcasting bizarre stunts like staging a fake police raid during a Mario Kart session, ending with him being fake handcuffed by actors in police costume.
Oh shit, the finish line! Oh, fuck! Let's go! Boss, we're here to handle some business. Can you put that dumpster in? Oh, step out here real quick. I got a question for you. All right?
Yeah, this is Santa Cruz. This is Santa Cruz. The dog. I have weapons on me. My weapons, my head and my heart. These are my weapons. My head and my heart. These are my weapons.
I don't care. You film all you want. Get back.
Yes, sir. The most important thing is Barbarian.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir.
All right.
He's 18?
Yes, sir.
All right, he's an adult. He can take care of himself.
Okay.
If I have to ask you again, you'll also
Let's
be
get out of here.
Well, that's fucked.
Another upload showed him drinking what he called barbarian water, a mixture that included his own blood. The clips went viral, but not in the way he intended.
Guys, bring all those to me. Guys, all of them here. I'm talking, I'm obnoxious. No one's listening still. And look, they all went there. I'm just asking for everyone's attention. We evolved drinking blood more than what we call water today. This is barbarian water. It's delicious as fuck. So I think this is delicious as fuck. You're number one, and just pass it to like, you three get a share, and you can say no. And if that's the case, I want you to just pass it back and forth because you missed the opportunity of a lifetime.
They cemented his reputation for erratic, unhinged behavior. His brand, once anchored in the simple identity of raw meat and primal living, unraveled in late-night rambling monologues. One post might show him aggressively eating liver, the next had him pacing his house, raging at critics. Viewers didn't know if they were watching stage pranks or genuine instability, and that question, is this a show or is this real, became the new reason people tuned in. He began to frame any and all criticism as bullying, casting himself as a persecuted warrior fighting off haters, but it came across less like resilience and more like deflection.
I'm picking a fight. My fight is in principle. Bullying, I don't allow it. I don't allow big companies to bully. I'm fighting against bullying.
My name's Blow Slogan, yo. I'm a big bully and I'm untouchable. I can do whatever I want, that's right.
And I'm ready to fight for my family. Another man who thought that he could bully another man.
The original point of his persona, the disciplined ancestral man, was lost. What remained was a cycle of escalation, fueled by the very platform that had made him famous. Social media had once been his tool for building an empire. Now it was a mirror reflecting a man who seemed unable to stop performing, even as the performance was destroying everything he had built. When Netflix announced a feature on the Liver King, he saw it as his redemption. This, he believed, would be the project that would finally show the world the disciplined patriarch and primal leader he always claimed to be. But when the documentary went live, it did the opposite. Instead of reinforcing his image, it magnified his contradictions. Viewers saw a man preaching ancestral simplicity while living in a flashy mansion, surrounded by a content machine. They saw a family, meant to embody unity, reacting with visible discomfort on camera. Forced smiles, tense silences. The documentary captured the strain behind the performance. His reaction was immediate and explosive. He blasted the filmmakers, claiming they had twisted his story into a smear piece and urged his followers to boycott the director. But the public rant only made him look thin-skinned and desperate. The harder he attacked the film, the more it seemed like he was trying to deny what the cameras had revealed.
And so when motherfucker pieces of shit try and unravel the gift that is my family, like the piece of fucking shit that tried to make a movie and they called it the untold truth or something. What we should do to make him pay is boycott every fucking movie that he's ever made prior.
Because they made a movie, Netflix did.
Yeah.
They didn't tell the truth.
Yeah.
And then after that movie came out where they didn't tell the truth, and then they show Blow slogan over and over saying whatever he said. I'm picking a fight with a bully versus Liver King. Your name can go first, whether it's Blow slogan, stepping stone for something bigger. The bigger thing is the principle and the matter.
Yeah.
Nobody will understand him. His intellect, his brilliance is like way up here.
Yeah.
And like we're all down here.
The documentary didn't just hurt his reputation, it turned the spotlight onto the one thing he always held up as his greatest strength, his family. The family was always central to his brand. His wife and children appeared in videos, marketed as proof of his authentic ancestral lifestyle. But as the controversies mounted, their presence started to feel different. What once looked like teamwork started to look like complicity, or worse, a performance. Audiences picked up on the small cues, the strained smiles, the low-energy responses during orchestrated family challenges. When criticism escalated, he would often reframe it as an attack on his family, positioning himself as their protector. But to many, it looked like he was using them as a human shield to deflect accountability. The family that was supposed to be his greatest asset became a symbol of his instability. The more he showcased them as proof of his values, the more it looked like he couldn't stand on his own. Viewers no longer saw a family. They saw a carefully arranged cast around one man's ego. The story of the Liver King's empire is inseparable from the story of his ego. The millions he made from his supplement brand should have given him limitless options to rebuild, rebrand, or even quietly walk away. Instead, his pride locked him into the very performance that was destroying him. He had the resources to control his own narrative, but he put his faith in Netflix and then lashed out at the result. He had allies who tried to help him, but he pushed them away. Every chance to break the cycle and choose a different path was dismissed in favor of another rant, another stunt, another broadcast of the very behavior that alarmed people in the first place. His empire didn't fail because the market disappeared. It failed because he refused to adapt. The wealth that should have been his shield was undone by an ego that demanded the show must go on, no matter how damaging each episode became. The final lesson is a harsh one. The Austin arrest showed that his theatrics had real-world consequences. The Netflix documentary proved that cameras don't lie, even if you want them to. And his own footage, the very tool that made him famous, now serves as a permanent record of his unraveling. So what do you think? Does someone whose entire identity rests on spectacle have any path to genuine redemption? Share your take in the comments and explain why.